But yeah, no. So Thursday, I went and got a flu shot.
Mm-hmm.
Friday, go to work. They told me, oh yeah, with the flu shot, you might feel blah 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 blah. And I never get fucking flu shots because I always feel like shit after I get a flu shot. So I'm like, but my doctor would not let this shit go. Like I went in there for a physical, and he's like, oh, did you get your flu shot? And I'm like, no. And he goes, well, you should. And I'm like, oh, I'll get it at work. And then he wanted me to come back in and check some blood values and everything. Everything was fine. Everything's good. But he wanted to. So like I go back almost a month later, and now he's like, oh, so did you get your flu shot? And I'm like, no. He's like, well, you're gonna get it now that you're here. And I'm like, motherfucker. All right, whatever. So he gives me the flu shot. Go to work Thursday. Everything's fine. Friday, feeling kind of. I'm thinking, no, it's the flu shot, right? I get about halfway through my shift on Friday, and I feel like I've got chills, I've got a fever, I feel like shit. So I get a hold of you guys. And I'm like, hey, do the show without me. Like I can't do it. I feel terrible. I can't do it. Saturday, I'm at home with Zoe all day. Kate went up to Michigan with her dad, and again, chills, fever, feel like shit. But I'm thinking it's a flu shot. So like, I've got like OJ and all this stuff, and like Zoe's taking sips off my drink and everything like that. And I'm like, fuck, So then Kate's like, you're still feeling kind of shitty. Maybe you should take a COVID test. And I was like, well, I don't think it's COVID, but whatever. So I take one, and it's fucking positive. One of the little at-home ones that we had.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, that went positive. So set up something at Walgreens to do the drive-through. So I throw a mask on. I go through the drive-through, do that. And they're like, oh, you'll get it back in, 2 hours to 24 hours. 15 minutes later, I got my text message saying, oh, yeah, no, you're fucking positive. You're super positive. I'm like, well, that's great, because now I've been like sharing my drink with my child. So now she's definitely got it. Yeah. So she has the fever. She has never ever been like sick like that. So like that was us figuring out how to fucking take care of like a full-on sick child. We I slept downstairs to kind of isolate myself from Kate, trying not to give it to Kate, but at that point it was kind of too fucking late.
Too late, yeah.
So I had Zoe sleep with me so I could keep an eye on her because she had a fever and everything, and blah blah blah. Sat up in the middle of the night, threw up all over me. Just all over me. I'm like, So cleaned all that up and everything. Sunday I was pretty much good. Monday morning, I talked to my boss. I told him what was going on, and it's the whole 5-day thing. So I was like, I'll be off, this and that. And I wake up and I start sweating, like profusely sweating, and I don't know why. And then I tell Kate, I'm like, hey, something's not right. I go to the bathroom, and like I'm lightheaded, and I'm sitting there, and like I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Like I can't focus on anything. The whole room is spinning. I'm still sweating my ass off. So I yell for Kate, and I'm like, hey, I think I'm gonna pass out. And she's like, just reach for the wall so you don't hit your head. I'm like, okay. She goes, try and stay near the floor. So I do that, and I grab the doorknob, and then everything kind of centers, and I'm okay. So then I reach over and I turn the fucking shower on, and I just like flop over into the shower and lay there. And then after that, everything was fine. Like I felt good. Like I thought I was dying for a good half hour. And then after that, everything was okay. I was good to go. So hi, everybody. Did you miss me? I know Katie did. She told me.
I did.
I think I want to take that as a personal slight.
Well, you didn't give me a Christmas gift because you showed up, so I'm mad at you.
No, it was COVID, Jesus. I thought it was from the flu shot. It ended up being COVID. So it had me all sorts of fucked up. I don't know if like, because I had a fever, if it was like kind of like heat stroke or like heat stress or something that made me sweat and like whatever was, dude, it freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah. COVID's no joke.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, Matt, and I'm glad you're here.
I thank you, Vince. I'm feeling good. Zoe's feeling good. Kate's working her way towards there. Also, while all this was going on, we closed on a house. So I stopped by the new house today and dropped some boxes off, and we're going to start ripping and tearing Saturday to get that new house ready so we can move in and get this one up on the market and sold. So
sweet.
Fun.
All
sounds
good shit.
Sounds like wins all around.
Yeah. I appreciate is this 274 now, Vince? I'm guessing you didn't change the banner.
No, I didn't actually go. I just created the thingy.
So we're gonna go 274. I already have a title for tonight, so.
Oh wow.
Is it howdy, y'all?
No, it is not.
Okay. Well, I mean, considering you weren't here last week, I mean, I'm not really opposed to you naming the episode. Mommy, it burns. I'm with it. I love it. I'm here for it.
Fucking known.
So that's the thing.
Should have known.
All right. Well, it looks like we got a bunch of people in here. We got Jesus, we got Will, we got Hunter, we got Allison. If you guys are ready, I'm ready. Go ahead and kick it off, Vince.
No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to Smack It Raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub, the Smackin It Raw podcast, where Mommy It Burns is never, ever, ever something you want to hear, regardless of context. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter, and I am here with my co-hosts this evening. First and foremost, she is the shaman of She-Lead, host of the She-Lead Showcase, Inside the Mind of In the Crowd, and the most hardest working woman in podcasting today, host of Storytime with Miss Katie Kinsey. Baby.
What up? We missed you,
and
Matt.
I know you missed, yeah, because you didn't get a fucking intro last week.
I know. The disrespect. I am shown.
Vince is all like, I can't do intros, so you're just Katie. Hi.
No,
like, wow,
I introduced, dude. No, if you recall, I introduced us as the collective Pornhub poppies holding down the fort.
Well, unfortunately, I can't do that this week, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the final episode of the Smackin It Raw podcast, and Vince showed up, which means that they are still tied, and Vince has the tiebreaker. Therefore, introducing the Sultan of Spitter Swallow, the Pornhub Poppy, Daddy Delgado, my friend Vince.
I won.
Howdy, y'all. How's it going? It's good to be here.
You know, I told Vince this earlier, and I told Katie this. Part of me thought with Vince going to SmackDown that maybe he was going to, you know, do like a nice Christmas thing and be like, hey, you know what, Katie? I'm going to take tonight off. I'm going to give you the win, blah, 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 blah. And Vince is like, yeah, wishful thinking. And he's here. He said, fuck it. He's taking that title. So,
look, the title meant a great deal to me ever since the moment where I was doing the podcast from work, holding a baseball bat, and I got kicked out of the chat real quick for like a minute or so as Katie announced that she was the Pornhub Poppy. Now, ever since then, it was a constant tug and war. Yeah, right? Tug of war between the title, between me and Katie. I'm glad I'm here on the other side. I'm doing a victory lap. I'll do another victory lap. Allison wants to recount.
Here, I'll do this for Jesus. The reigning, defending, undisputed Pornhub Poppy, Vince Delgado.
That just has a certain ring to it. And to commemorate the whole thing, I'm gonna try to like work on the last Poppy t-shirt. So I'm gonna try to work on the t-shirt design. So
how about to commemorate it, you just make sure you show up as much next year as you did this year. That'd be awesome.
I'm
like
gonna
without
3 months off
title
consecutively.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 3 months off consecutively. No, Allison, I didn't cheat. Go ahead and recount every episode like I did. I went ahead and did it.
All right.
But
so while we're here, Katie, do you have anything you want to say in concession to losing the title Pornhub Poppy? You've been awfully quiet before I, plug Creation World.
Let me just start by saying this. The only reason I started this was so Vince would actually show the fuck up to work. Let's just put that out there.
Sure.
And lo and behold, look what happened. Vince showed up an entire year. So you're welcome. And I would just like to say that I busted my ass and was always here. So he won by half a point, mind you. And I was on the bench for a month.
See, I don't want to like we'll touch upon this real quick and then we'll like go elsewhere with it. I don't want to hear the whole I was benched for a whole month because
I was.
No, I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. That's a technicality. You want to discredit my victory because the original stipulation was when Vince doesn't show up, Katie shows up. If Vince, we had to talk, and I have video proof. I can bring in the next time we come in next year.
The real poppies are the friends we made along the way. Shout out to Apron Bump. Speaking of the friends we made along the way, one of the first friends I made along the way was Travis, who has created Creation World, which is the banner under which the Smackin' It Raw podcast exists. And along with Smackin' It Raw and Getting Off, you guys can find Creation Comics, Creation Conversation if it ever comes back. Maybe if you're into House of the Dragon, you can go check out #TheMDragons. We recapped the first season of House of the Dragon. All of these things are under the Creation World banner. You can find them at creationworld.com, on Twitter and Instagram at It's Creation World, ITSCREATIA World. Also Facebook.com/Creation World. All these places you can find everything under the Creation World banner, including here on Twitch and on YouTube at twitch.tv/Creation World and youtube.com/Creation World. So please go check all that out. Give them a follow. Go like and check out those other videos and show us a little bit of support. Linktree/Creation World to get you everything, including, t-shirts and Patreon. We got a bunch of cool stuff going on over there as well. So please do that. Also, if you enjoyed the intro to this video, please go check out at Heel Tactics _. Jaylen's hooked up all of ours, friends podcast, this podcast, everything that we do. Makes great music, so please go hit him up and let him hook you up with something fantastic. Vince, you did Get Show and got to talk about Mandy Rose. Katie, you did your show and got to talk about Mandy Rose. Matt Ritter didn't get to talk about Mandy Rose, and I'm in a fucking mood about it. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy. First and foremost, to everyone in the IWC, you guys are all fucking idiots. You really are. Listen. If you listen to the Smackin' It Raw podcast, that I am a Mandy Rose fan. 100%. No doubt about it. I have backed this woman, her title run, everything she has done from the get-go. Also, here at the Smackin' It Raw podcast, huge allies, huge supporters of sex work. 100%. I have personally subscribed to plenty of OnlyFans and supported these women in their efforts. Now, why are you guys idiots? Because you need to look at this logically. And that's not what you're doing. You can't sit here and say, oh, well, WWE capitalized on Mandy Rose's sex appeal, so it's fucked up that they fired her, because there are parameters under which WWE was able to capitalize on her sex work. And the things that she is doing over on her fan time page, which is not an OnlyFans page, but it's very similar, are outside of those parameters. When they became aware of what she was doing, they gave her the option to then either no longer do that and stay with the company, or to continue to do that and no longer be with the company. And she made a choice. Now, I've sat here and I've watched everyone, oh, well, Shawn Michaels was in Playgirl and these wrestlers did. That was 20 fucking years ago. And you cannot look at what WWE did 20 fucking years ago and compare it to today. 20 years ago, Eminem was rapping about homosexuality in vulgar terms, and we were all singing along. Now we can't do that because we know it's wrong and it's fucked up. Things change. They are a different company. They went PG. They have sponsorships and partnerships with places like Mattel and things like that. Also, she fully knew going in to doing this fan time page that what she was doing could get her in trouble and continued to do so, and was okay with that, was willing to take that risk. You have to look at things logically. You can't compare things to 20 years ago. You can't say, oh, well, they did this and oh, they did that, blah, 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 blah. Mandy made a choice. And if you are a Mandy Rose fan, which I'm going to call bullshit because 90% of you have been shitting on Mandy Rose in NXT, shitting on Toxic Attraction, shitting on her entire title run, because I've been reading it and I've been watching it. And you guys can all suck my dick because I was supporting her with these two here for months, if not the last year plus, during this entire title run. Well, everyone was like, oh, she's a terrible wrestler. Oh, she sucks. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Now you're like, oh, I wanted to see her on the main roster. No, you didn't. You didn't. You just do now because you want to have a fucking thing to fight about or argue about or want to make WWE the bad person in this. It sucks that she lost her job. It absolutely does. And if you are a fan of her, then go support her doing what she's doing now and go subscribe to her fan time page and support sex work. We support sex work. You should support sex work if you're really a fan of her. However, the whole, oh, she was doing it for a while and they knew about it. They knew that she had the page. I don't think that they knew to the severity of what was going on with the page. She was using the name Mandy Rose, Sax.com, but still Mandy Rose, and offering dick ratings as well as nudity. And that was the thing that like everyone's like, oh, well, so she showed a little nipple and they were comparing it to like wrestlers who got their sex tapes leaked. This is not the same thing. Creating content to be distributed for a price and having someone leak that is not the same thing as having personal pictures and videos of yourself hacked, stolen, and released that were never meant to see the light of day for anyone but you and your significant other. Completely different invasion of privacy. Still fucked up. I'm not going to give the guy any fucking clout by saying his name, but to the person who leaked him, still fucked up and fuck you for doing it. However, it's not the same thing. You can't be like, oh, well, Paige got to keep her job, or Charlotte got to keep her job, or Caitlyn, or all of these women who have had their personal privacy invaded. It's not the same situation as what happened with Mandy. Fucked up, but not the same situation. You people don't look at things and handle things logically. If she could have done this stuff, if WWE was okay with it, if they were still doing the Playboy stuff that they were doing, then it wouldn't be a problem and she wouldn't be fired. She got fired because she chose to no longer do wrestling and to make the money that she's making off sex work. And if she's making more money off sex work and that's what she wants to do, then fucking more power to her. Go out there and do your thing. We support Mandy Rose, but we're not going to sit here and act like what she did and WWE firing her because of it is fucked up. It was a breach of the contract in which she signed. They made it very clear, this is something you cannot do. You have crossed the line. If you continue to do it, we have to let you go. And she said, all right, well, let me go. I don't want to, I'd rather do that. Got me all fucking pissed off because I'm watching all these stupid fucking idiots compare this to all sorts of shit that it isn't. You guys are talking fucking with your heads shoved up your asses. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Trying to make a point that is irrelevant because she made a choice. And we support her. And I will support her. I'll throw her 30, 40 bucks and see what she looks like naked. I've been wondering it for years. Sure, why not? She can get a month out of me. I got 30 bucks for a month. Why not? You should do the same. All right. Yeah, I do. You got anything to add to that while Vince is on the phone? Sexting?
No. Also, never mind. I'll bring that up after the fact. And no, I mean, you're right. She broke the restraints of her contract, showed too much. They knew about it. It happens. I mean, a lot of people are just doing knee-jerk reactions, which I did but didn't do. That's why I held off on talking about it until my show. But yeah, I mean, it sucks, that she lost her job because she was doing a fantastic job. But it like you said, she broke the rules and She lost her job. It happens. I mean,
all right.
She's making bank. Go for it.
I agree. So Hunter, that's another thing that I saw. Oh, well, and don't get me wrong. I fucking hate Matt Riddle. I honestly hope he never comes back. I hope that rehab doesn't work and he does not come back to WWE. I hope he gets clean. I hope that he's safe, and I don't want anything bad to happen to him personally. I just hope that he never returns to WWE. However, I saw a lot of that too. I saw a lot of the fucking, oh, well, Matt Riddle did drugs. Again, completely different thing. We have seen in WWE multiple people do drugs and get sent to rehab because it is an addiction and they are trying to take care of their health, and WWE is trying to help take care of them because that addiction is generally caused by the work and the things that are done. People have speculated what he was on, whether it be meth or PCP or cocaine or who knows. It could have been painkillers. We don't know what he's on.
Yeah.
And if I never see him again, oh, fucking well. However, Zelina Vega had an OnlyFans. She chose to keep that OnlyFans in Twitch, and WWE let her go. So we've seen this before. Scarlett and Brianna Brandy had OnlyFans. When they came back, those OnlyFans went away. They no longer have them. They're not open. I know this because we talked about it, and I went and I checked, and I couldn't subscribe again. And I was subscribed to Scarlett's. I was subscribed to Jenny's. I try and throw my money around a little bit. So again, I support sex work. Here's the thing. Again, you can't, like, there's a precedence. This is not something that they're okay with, whether it's an OnlyFans or a fan time, whatever you want to call it. And whether I don't like Matt Riddle or not, I can't sit here and say, oh, WWE making sure he goes to rehab and gets clean is fucked up, but firing Mandy for doing what she did isn't. Like,
yeah,
or is more fucked up, or it's hypocritical. It's not, because it's not the same thing. It's, you know, again, it's with contracts and all of these things, and this is something WWE has always done. They did it for Jeff Hardy. They did it for Randy Orton. They've done it for countless people. And as much as I hate Riddle, I can't sit here and be like, oh, well, because I hate Riddle, he deserves it less than Jeff Hardy or RVD or Randy Orton or any of the countless wrestlers that they took and put through and did those things. So,
yeah.
And I do hope she comes back.
I think she'll be back too.
Yeah.
If just to add a quick 2 cents and just kind of like doubling down on what you're saying, Matt, like you can't compare like the wellness violations to what happened with Mandy, because we've seen there's a precedent of 3 strikes and then you're out. Because if this was his 3rd strike, Riddle's, he probably would have been out. Okay, so and this is way more similar to the Zelina Vega OnlyFans situation. And she wasn't posting anything explicit. She was just doing cosplays. And
she wasn't doing dick ratings. She didn't have her nipples out. Listen, I saw some of the stuff like topless in a pool, skinny dipping, stuff like that. Things were going on.
So there's still a lot to unpack with this whole Mandy Rose thing. And we still may not even know the full like parameters of everything that happened. Like, was she told, hey, take this down or you're going to get released? If she was and continue to do so, then this is on her. If she was not told prior, or she wasn't given the ultimatum, then that's a little bogus, just kind of like releasing her without giving her the option to take down the page, even though she did. It was down for, I think, a day or so. The pictures that you were talking about being poolside, that's on WWE property. So that's an issue right then and there. You're filming and doing stuff for your fan time accounts on WWE property. Like the poolside, that was...
How do you know that was WWE property? I'm pretty sure that's her house.
So like the whole poolside scene, there were like a few of those shots that were taken while like for instance, like when she filmed like that poolside scene where she had the double championship. This is all sources from I'm trying to remember his name right now. I'll come back to you with the source, but this is he's pretty good with the sources.
They could have still just filmed that all at her house.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if they shot her poolside at her house with her championships, and then she shot herself in that same pool naked for fan time, WWE can't be like,
no, but that's not
I
what
own
I'm
your
saying.
house, bitch. Like, no, that's not how that works.
That's not what I'm saying, and I get that. I'm just saying that there were reports going on that like the poolside, that was not her personal home, her personal poolside, and she was taking that like in areas where she was filming for
Where
WWE.
did people come up with this shit?
I'd be very surprised if she decided to skinny dip in WWE property and then film it and post it.
Yeah, like
I'm pretty sure she's got her own pool.
Fucking ridiculous with this.
No,
we're gonna
and
move on from this.
It's not stuff that I'm making up. Like I said, it's Tom Colohue was the one that was reporting that like
we're not saying you. We're just saying it's fucking stupid. Regardless, like that's one of the dumbest reports I've ever heard from somebody.
I've heard of Phil Donahue, but never this other person. But we got to move on. One more piece of news and rumor before we get into spits and swallows because that took a lot of time. Apparently, amidst rumors that Vince McMahon is going to try and weasel his way back into the company, or he wants to come back, or whatever the case may be, which caused stock prices to drop, he's also received 2 more allegations against him for sexual misconduct. And from what we hear, nobody really wants him back anyway, both fan-wise or company-wise. So, Vince, let it fucking go. You had a fantastic fucking run. You had a great run. You had a better run than anybody in wrestling business history. Don't be like Ric Flair. Let it fucking go. Move the fuck on.
Yeah.
He has sexual assault allegations that are older than Will, and Will's older than me, so older than everybody here.
Jesus.
Yeah. Shocker. Who's surprised?
I didn't knew Will was older than you. I always thought you were older.
You thought I was older than Will?
Yeah. I don't know why.
I'm pretty sure Will's older than me. You guys got anything on Vince McMahon before we move on?
No.
No, I don't got nothing. I'm reading the chat and it's making me laugh.
Okay. Well, let's get into our spits and swallows for the evening. Miss Katie Kinsey, baby, spit or swallow?
I'm going to swallow AJ Styles and Chad Gable. Hell of a match. AJ's great. Chad Gable's a gem. I say it every week because very, very underutilized for a long time. Now he's finally getting to showcase a lot of his comedic skills and his mic skills and everything he can do in the ring. And he's with AJ, who has been doing this for like 20 years or something, and AJ's still good. So you're obviously going to get a fantastic match out of the two of them. So follow.
Yeah, it was a good match. I liked it.
I do not have that in my notes. So full disclosure, with me being sick and I didn't watch SmackDown last week because I wasn't feeling well, and then I watched most of, but not all of Deadline. I did not watch the Men's Iron Survivor match or the main event because I didn't give a fuck about the Men's Iron Survivor match or anyone in it bar Carmelo Hayes, and he didn't win, so there was no reason to go back and watch Grayson Waller fucking ruin my night. And I didn't really want to see Braun Breaker spear somebody again and get a win if that's how he won. So I said, fuck that. So my notes are maybe a little abbreviated. I feel like I was kind of out of it wrestling wise, at least come Monday, except for a few things. Monday might have got me a little back into it, but Vince, Pornhub Poppy, spit or swallow.
I love the sound of that.
I'm gonna milk it this episode, and then after that, outside of introducing you, you ain't getting shit. So enjoy it.
Whatever. I'm still acknowledged as it. But speaking of acknowledging, I want to acknowledge the fantastic segment between the Bloodline and the John Cena promo. I think that was one of the biggest swallows of SmackDown, aside from one other segment. It was great. The tension leading up to it. I really thought they were going to kick Sammy out on that week's episode of tonight's episode of SmackDown. And it just kept going and going. Sammy's promo was fantastic. He was very passionate. He's probably the best promo in that ring amongst the Bloodline, aside from Paul Heyman. He's probably the one of the better promos in that whole ring. And then the John Cena, because we knew John Cena was going to come back on the 30th. And they set up this tag match in the backstage segment with Adam Pearce. And I was all for it. John Cena, Roman Reigns being in the ring again. Then you still add the wrinkle of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I can't wait for 2 weeks. From 2 weeks from now. So yeah,
I'm with you. First off, Matt will never be milking Vince. The only person that Matt milks is Michael Myers. Will, however, is a Vince milker, so we can let Vince milk or get milked by Will.
That's okay. I'm okay with
from
that.
the get-go, from the bloodline showing up and Sammy being all cleaned up, and then going off to get water because he's nervous, and Jimmy being like, "Hey, listen, like I don't know that Roman's gonna do what you said he's gonna do, and I think you might be setting our boy up for failure." And Jay being like, "Nah, it's cool. He's gonna be family. It's all gonna be good." And then Roman asking for Adam Pearce to come in after he shows up, and Jimmy sat down. He's like, whatever you want to do, boss. Like, I love Sammy, but like it's family first. So I'm good with whatever you want to do tonight. And Roman really not saying anything, and then telling Adam Pearce, KO versus me and Sammy. Let him find a partner. Tag match. We'll do it at the Rumble. And then Paul Heyman's like, no, why don't we do it on the last SmackDown of the year, December 30th on Fox? Yeah, no, that sounds like a great idea. Make the match. They come out, they do their in-ring promo. John Cena shows up on the Titantron, does John Cena things, says John Cena stuff. Vince is in the building, watching it, probably milking Michael Myers from his seat. I don't blame you. Little 5-knuckle shuffle off to the side. Nobody was paying attention. They were distracted. Yeah, no, it was a great segment, and I'm stoked for KO and John Cena. I didn't know they were friends. I don't remember them being friends. I don't.
Yeah.
The
you know what?
Peacemaker
You know what? I will say the backstage stuff when they were talking about Kevin Owens, his son being the biggest John Cena fan, and that's being his favorite wrestler, and that's kind of how the friendship. If you want to talk about outside of kayfabe continuity, and you want to go into like outside of kayfabe, then that's how they became friends, because he was such a great person that was just so social with his son, and just that kind of made his son's day whenever they meet. Even wrote a note for Kevin Owens' son, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe that's where the friendship began.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You got anything on your boy John Cena coming back, Katie?
Oh, you mean Cena Claus? My favorite. The Cena's my goat. So anytime he shows up, I'm happy. And he really has wrestled a match every year since 2002, which is fucking ridiculous. So I'm happy he could finally do something in 2022. So I'm happy. I'm excited. It'll be a great match.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I am going to swallow Alexa defeating Bayley on Monday Night Raw to become #1 contender for Bianca's championship. We got Becky taking out Damage Control before the match. Bianca hung out to make sure Bayley couldn't pull some bullshit, and oh, did she try, and it did not work. Alexa gets the win, and then Bianca comes in afterwards to congratulate Alexa. They go to hug, and the fucking the moth, the Wyndham 6, the symbol that's right there, right here on the screen, if you're watching, pops up on the Tron, and all of a sudden Alexa drops Bianca into his sister Abigail and then snaps out of it. Bianca's like, what the fuck? And Alexa's like, I don't know what that was about. And here's the thing, I'm curious, because I cannot have Bray accept Alexa back unless there is some very, very good storytelling reason for it. However, we found out tonight, along with Bray Wyatt, that Uncle Howdy is its own being and character. It abducted LA Knight. It tortured him in a sex dungeon. Glad sex dungeons are making a comeback.
Love it. That's swap.
I didn't fucking say anything.
Have you ever been in a sex dungeon?
No, have you?
Yes, and that's exactly what it looks like. He got his balls tased and his nipples tweaked and all sorts of things. LA Knight was having a bad time at the hands of Uncle Howdy.
Or good times.
It did not look like he enjoyed it. But Uncle Howdy, so Bray comes out tonight. Bray's all like, listen, I'll give you one more chance to make your point. Basically saying, if you're going to whoop my ass, you better whoop my ass good, bitch. And LA Knight laid into Bray Wyatt. He just took it and laughed because he likes pain and makes him giggle. And then out comes Uncle Howdy. And I don't know who the fuck Uncle Howdy is because, like, I'm looking at him and I got to be honest, he body shape wise, he looks short. Vince, you were there.
Yeah.
Did he look short?
Shorter than Bray for sure.
Okay. So he looks short. He looked kind of rotund, not rotund, like kind of like he didn't look buff. Like he kind of looked like Joe Wayne Gacy. I'm not gonna lie. Like if Schism wasn't still a thing, I'd say it was Joe Wayne Gacy. Even like standing there holding his jacket, the way Joe Wayne Gacy stands there and like that's what I saw. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But also it's a whole thing. So now Uncle Howdy could be fucking with Alexa, coming after LA Knight, have some sort of association with. I have no idea. But as everyone's like, oh, this is getting so old and I'm so tired of it. We need to move on. And can we just have a match? And can we do this? I'm like, no, give me more. I need more cock and ball torture in a dungeon. I need more, LA Knight with fucking electric clamps to his nipples and ball gags and whatever the fuck is going on. Give me more. But I'd also like to see Bray wrestle. So if we can get there, that'd be cool too.
I think we'd get it at the Rumble. That's actually one of my swallows was the everything Uncle Howdy, Bray Wyatt at LA Knight, the torture chamber stuff. It was fantastic. The whole exchange between Bray Wyatt and LA Knight was great. The revelation of two different entities was fantastic because this could explain the whole Uncle Howdy messing with Alexa without actually being Bray. And in terms of who it is, I honestly don't know. And at this point, I probably don't really even care because I trust Bray Wyatt's vision in this story, even at times where I felt like it's been kind of treading water. He always he takes it to the next level. He took it 3 notches up what it's been the last couple weeks tonight alone. So
I'm not gonna lie, I'm jealous that you got to be there for that and I didn't. That I had to, do my job, and you got to be there to see that. Like I'm kind of jealous of you, Vince. You got to be there tonight.
Well, I mean, jealousy runs wild on the chat right now. I mean, not the chat in the show. I mean, Katie's probably jealous that she's not pouring out Poppy.
Well, and that ended that. I am no longer jealous of you. You can go fuck yourself. Any thoughts, Katie, before we move on?
With the Alexa Bianca stuff, since that was the original thing, I'm excited to see what they do because they've been kind of teasing Alexa turning for a while, for at least a month. So the fact that popped up in the while she was just vibing in the ring, almost hit the Sister Abigail, which I don't know if Alexa has a name for hers when she was doing it. I don't know.
I think it was just no name.
But Twitter took it to the next level and made it funny as fuck. So Brenda and the girl from the Ring from the Scream movies, everyone was just Bianca versus Alexa if she turns into a demon. 10 out of 10. Twitter wins that. Twitter can fuck everything else, but they win that one for sure.
Yeah, there are good aspects to Twitter, which is why I'm still on it, and I haven't, I kind of gave up on my Hive account.
Yeah, because
there's some good stuff there, but also you guys all kind of fucking suck at the same time.
Exactly.
True.
But I saw that and I was like, oh, see, that's a good piece of information. I didn't know I needed until now, but it's true. It was so perfect. I loved it. I'm about it. I'm excited to see where all of this goes.
You're about it?
I'm about it.
Well, while you're about it, how about you spit or swallow?
Good job. I'm going to swallow Io and Candice. I love Candice. Fuck you. I love Candice LeRae. I love Io. They had banger matches in NXT. They still put on a great match now. I really thought Candice was gonna get one over again on Damage Control because that was the way they kind of seemed like they were building it. But I understand you have to have someone winning in Damage Control. Why not make it be Io? She's great.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's true.
Anything, Vince?
Not about the match specifically, but since we're talking about Damage Control, I do want to go ahead and swallow the tag match that opened up SmackDown tonight. and especially the whole mystery hooded woman that turned out to be Xia Li. And I'm spitting the internet and Twitter knowing so fast that happened, and like quickly, and 5 minutes later, everyone knew it was Xia Li just by the shoes.
Oh, it wasn't the shoes. It was the thighs and the ass. 100%. I looked at that picture. I'm like, anyone could have those shoes, but those thighs, that ass, that's how I knew it was Xia Li before she got revealed.
Yeah, not even an hour later. So,
and I'm wondering if like they intended to reveal her tonight, or if all the Twitter detectives figured it out. They're like, fuck, well, let's just do something real quick. And there's no point trying to hide it.
Lead to something.
For Xia Li,
I'm real fucking pissed.
Because she kicked. First off, shout out to Tegan Knox for knocking off that ring rust, coming back, hitting a shiniest wizard. Her wizard was looking real shiny tonight, and I'm proud of her. So
nice and buffed. It was good. She had a good showing tonight on SmackDown. The match.
Get a good view of her wizard on SmackDown.
Yeah. I got all the views of her wizard from my point of view. Great seats.
I agree with Jesus. Xia Li in them leggings, 10 out of 10.
Xia Li in general, 10 out of 10.
There you go.
I don't know about that. I think she breaks the scale.
I
think that's above 10.
I've only got one more swallow from SmackDown, so I'm just going to do that. Walter versus Ricochet.
Same.
They tore it down. That was a hell of a fucking match. Like, if you want wrestling, if you're here for the wrestling and this is wrestling and I want to watch wrestling, here was your wrestling outside of Bray and the torture and the nonsense and the WWE stuff that I love. Like, I also enjoy wrestling, and here was your dose of wrestling for the evening. Walter and Ricochet tore it the fuck down. Fantastic and there was even a Puma reference from Michael Cole about Ricochet.
I couldn't hear it. But
nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Nudge. You gotta love Michael Cole throwing these little like nudge, wink, wink like comments into his commentary. I like it, and you can only get that with Triple H running things and not Vince McMahon. So you love to see it. It was a good match. It was fantastic in person. I forgot Ricochet has pyros, and he startled the fuck out of me when he came out to do his entrance. So there was that. But yeah, I'm with you. Great match. Swallow.
Yeah, I mean, Ricochet has been phenomenal for a very long time. Same with Gunther, and the two of them can't put on a bad match together at this point. Like, it's just impossible.
I don't think Gunther can put on a bad match with anyone, even though he's gonna have a match with Braun Strowman, it seems like.
So you know how like there's that thing about Ricochet and
you
think he'd fit one of Gunther's up there? That's a bit that's a big pinky.
Why is that the first thing you thought of?
It wasn't the first thing I thought of. First thing I thought of was
why
that was a really good match.
Thing you thought of?
I can't answer that question.
To be fair, in Matt's defense, that was like maybe like the second or third thing he mentioned about the match. So it wasn't the first thing he thought of, but he thought of it. And it's Matt's, and it's Smackin It Raw. So you should know that that conversational piece was going to come up.
Anytime Ricochet is talked about, I vaguely at some point think about the fact that he likes fingers up his ass.
Which we don't judge. We don't shame.
We don't. Like, good for you. I'm sure Samantha Irving has nice, slim, fantastic fingers that, are accommodating to the size at which he needs them to be for the many things that he enjoys.
Speaking of which, there was a sign at SmackDown when Ricochet came out. The dude held up a sign that said Samantha Irving greater than Casey Catanzaro. And I just like looked at him like, bro, you're out of I'm like, you're out of pocket.
I agree, but that's fucked up.
Don't put it like, bro, you're out of
say it. Disrespectful.
I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it,
Yeah.
But I just you mentioned Samantha Irving, and it came back into my memory.
Speaking of not being wrong, but not having to say it, Katie, spit or swallow?
I'm gonna swallow Kevin Owens and Elias because that shit is funny to me. The fact that a lot like Kevin's face backstage when Elias is talking about Ezekiel, Kevin alone made that whole thing funny to me because he's acting like he didn't have beef with both of these people for like the entire year. It was gold. I loved it. I was laughing my ass off.
So, yes and no. Elias asking Kevin to be his tag team partner and Kevin losing his shit and just like just being broken by this question because of all the things you said. Like, didn't you? And then he's like, well, that was my younger brother. You go, well, okay, let's say it really was your younger brother. Last time I saw you, you still hit me in the fucking head with the guitar. Oh, that's water under the bridge, blah, 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 this and that. Swallow all of that. Like, them just breaking Kevin Owens. Yeah. Huge swallow. Elias deciding he's going to put on a memorial concert for Riddle, who can't not do drugs, is a spit.
That's why
anything pro Riddle is a spit. But Elias versus Solo, and then also Elias catching a stunner at the end because of the curse of Riddle. That's what you get for fucking trying to honor Riddle and accepting him into your band or whatever dumb shit you were saying that I tuned out as soon as you had his fucking picture next to you. But the curse of Riddle being canon still, and him still catching a stunner despite Kevin Owens like saving him from a beatdown from Solo and all that.
He beat him. He hit him with the chair too.
I don't think he hit him with the chair.
No, he did not.
He hit Elias with the chair.
No, he did not.
He didn't.
He had the chair. I thought he was going to use the chair, and then Elias touched his shoulder, and he dropped the chair, turned around, and hit him with a stunner.
Okay, exactly. Okay, all right. Well, it might be a Mandela effect where I think I saw.
Means.
Isn't that what it means? Like when you think you remember something a certain way, but it's completely wrong?
Not just one person. It has to be a large group of people.
Like a multitude of people.
All remember the same thing.
Chat, do you remember him getting hit with a stunner or a chair, or is that just me?
I don't know why he doesn't.
It's like mirror on the wall versus magic mirror on the wall.
Oh, good one. Fantastic.
Anyways, I'm with you. I thought everything Kevin Owens was fantastic. Him calling out the whole Ezekiel Elias stuff, him hitting Elias afterwards after saving his ass, getting that receipt right back. And I am spitting the fact that Elias out here doing a memorial concert for Riddle as well. I think that's kind of dumb. Although, hate to admit it, the song was a little catchy.
Shut the fuck up.
The song was a little catchy.
And this is why I just specifically swallowed Kevin and Elias. I didn't even want to touch the concert and the match.
The song was not catchy. The song was apparently written by Riddle, and it was so trash. Elias is like, just remember, I didn't write this bullshit. I'm just singing it.
Oh, it was good. I like the song.
I don't even remember the song. That's how irrelevant it was.
See, now here's the thing, Vince.
It was good.
You sit here and you say, I like this song, and then you tell me Bad Bunny's good. And now I don't know if I can actually believe you and listen to Bad Bunny ever, because if this is the kind of stuff you think is good, then we have a very different definition of what good music is.
Well, it's not just me that says Bad Bunny is good. It's like almost the whole fucking world that has this man as one of the top like artists out there. So,
however, it's not. But also, there are a bunch of people out there who like Riddle and would probably think that Riddle's song was good too. Doesn't mean I agree with any of those people either. So,
like, man, I'm not saying like, was it the best song? No. Did I find it catchy? Sure.
Okay. See, I'll go with Jesus there.
Now let's see. Yeah, you found.
I put my faith in Jesus.
You put your faith.
Vince, spit or swallow?
I'm swallowing New Day being your triple crowned NXT Tag Team Champions at Deadline, but I'm gonna spit that they gave Pretty Deadly an ultimatum of saying the Pledge of Allegiance, or else they wouldn't get a title shot. And then Brooks and Jensen came out, and they came out here talking about America, said the anthem, and got a tag title match when they didn't deserve one. So I'm swallowing New Day at Deadline, gargling their actions at NXT.
Why don't Brooks and Dunn deserve a title shot?
The fuck have they done to deserve one?
I mean, they were former
tag
NXT UK champions. They've won tag matches.
They won a tag match like last week.
They are. I mean, who else on that roster do you give a tag team title to a match to, Vince?
The champions that just lost it, give them the rematch. Brooks and Jensen haven't done shit.
See, you keep saying that, but they have. They have.
But they haven't.
But they have.
To you, they might not have, but to everyone else, they have. And New Day, who are the champions, clearly said, yeah, they've done shit, so they got it.
And also, shout out to Jensen, who is led by his hormones, whose cock leads him astray on many occasions, spilling all of the info about Fallon Henley's parents' bar issues to Kiana James because she's going to buy that bar. I'm enjoying this whole little soap opera of like the bartender losing the bar, her family struggling, Kiana still coming in to steal it. I know Vince isn't a Kiana fan because he has terrible taste. We talked about that a second ago with his taste in music. Listen, this whole thing and the fact that we've gotten Jensen back to being like the awkward virgin that was endearing to me when we were first introduced to him, where all he wanted to do was get laid and he just kept fucking it up and like couldn't keep his dick in his pants. Like that guy, that's the guy I want to see. That's the Jensen I need.
It's fun, and like wrestling's a soap opera in general. This is legit a soap opera, which makes it that much better. And you have to give Kiana James credit because she showed the fuck out in that Iron Survivor Challenge match. She was the only one who didn't get a pinfall, but like she busted her ass and just showed why she deserved to be in that match. So I give her major props for that.
Well, I've never said that I don't like Kiana James as a wrestler. I don't acknowledge she's a decent wrestler. I've always said I just don't care. Like I don't like her enough to like care about anything she does. And
I'm pretty sure you said she didn't deserve the spot in the Iron Survivor Challenge too.
Oh, she did it. I don't think she did. I would have given it to like Wendy Chu or someone else. I hold down that comment, and I'll hold down the same comment that I don't think Brooks and Jensen should get a tag title shot. But that's just me.
Well, unfortunately, you're not the booker, so somebody else decided it. And honestly, Brooks and Jensen versus New Day. I'm sure we'll get back to Pretty Deadly versus the New Day. Like we'll get there. There aren't a whole lot of tag teams in WWE right now in NXT. You're gonna have probably Veer and Sangha be involved in this somehow because they've been dealing with them. Gallus, if and when they come back from wherever the fuck they're at. The Creeds are still trying to figure the fuck out life. So
Enough and Blade.
Get healthy.
Yeah.
You got an and Blade. So you've got some people for New Day to mess with down there. And why not Briggs and Jensen? They're one of the top tag teams in NXT right now. Former NXT UK tag team champions. Can't be mad at it.
I agree.
Sure you can.
I mean, you can, but you get mad about a lot of stuff. I'm going to swallow Johnny Gargano and Dexter Loomis. So we've got the sketch board. Mind you, as a father, I love me some Bluey. They had baby wrestling with the Bluey Bling. I was watching this with my wife, and like I paused it, and she was looking, and we saw it, and I was trying to show my daughter it because she was still up because she was sick. And I was like, "Oh, baby, do you see Bluey?" And she goes, "Bluey!" Like that whole thing. Candace coming in and doing, everything. Then they go and they take all of Mrs. Money. They buy an entire merch stand. They bring it down to the ring. They're throwing merch out to the crowd, to kids and people left and right. Miz comes in, blindsides them, tries to steal the money. Adam Pearce, who I don't understand why Adam Pearce only has balls when it comes to the Miz, and I guess Bobby Lashley. We'll talk about that. That's the whole thing. Stops him, and Miz is like, "Please, just it's my money. Let me keep my money." This and that, blah blah blah. We get it settled. There will be a ladder match for the money, but it'll be 2 bags of money because Dexter's going to put up his bag of money that he was just spending. Miz has to put up an equal bag of money, hanging above the ring, do a ladder match, double or nothing, winner takes all. Also, I was kind of mad because didn't they say Miz had to go dress up as an elf and help hand out? But did he ever actually go dress up? Like, we never saw him dressed as an elf, did we?
Not live, but they had like videos playing like kind of throughout. Like he was backstage dressed up as an elf giving gifts to people.
Yeah.
I need that on my TV though. If you're gonna make a thing on TV, put it on my TV.
I thought I saw it like during like the commercials, but maybe that was just me.
I don't watch picture in picture.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Picture in picture doesn't count.
Yeah, I don't think it counts either.
Whatever.
I don't know. I think I'm gargling everything Johnny Loomis because I like Loomis. I like Miz. Johnny is the one variable right now that I don't like involved in this whole thing, and I kind of would just I don't even know why I don't like it. I think it's just like I want Johnny to be doing something different, or I don't know. I'm just not feeling. I didn't like the segment at all. I thought it was a little hokey. Me personally, but as we've seen throughout the entire episode so far, I've been disagreeing with a lot of things you guys have liked.
Well, yeah, we talked about you have bad taste. It's okay.
You're like fun. We understand. I thought the segment was funny. The drawing, the whiteboard was the details. Dexter Loomis.
The whiteboard, yeah, that was good.
That was phenomenal.
But the whole merch stand stuff, the whole giving stuff away.
Why? It's Christmas. Tis the season. Candace said, "Be nice. Use the money for a good reason." That's what they did. And then I swear it really took like me a minute. I really thought Loomis was the one who like hit Johnny. I didn't even see Miz like until he was running away with the money. I really thought Dexter kind of just like pushed Johnny off the fucking table. I was so confused.
Oh, I saw him because there was this little girl who was trying to get them to throw her merch, who like was right there in the corner, and they like kept ignoring her, and I felt so bad for her. And I'm like, come on, just notice this poor little girl. Please just give her a t-shirt. Like she's waving. She came up and went back, and then came back up. And then like they kind of cleared him out of the way as they were bringing Miz in, and I'm watching back there, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I see who this is. I know what's going on here. That makes sense. I was focused on that poor little girl, and I was like hoping she was going to get her shit.
That's fair.
Katie, spit or swallow?
I mean, I have to swallow Asuka versus Rhea. Come on. It's Rhea Ripley. And Asuka's losing is slowly possibly driving her crazy. She had no face makeup on.
Which was weird as shit.
I mean, she didn't really wear it in NXT when she started either.
No. I don't know. I'm so used to Asuka face makeup. Like,
well, yeah.
It was weird to me.
It's
jarring if you're not used to it. I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, Asuka's beautiful. So, like, I'm happy with, like, people just got to see her face.
Yeah.
But, like, with the makeup, she looks, like, crazy cool. So I understand. But her just misting Dom, hysterical. I talked about all the mists, mist lore yesterday, because I'm very curious about everything. So that was a fun conversation. And Rhea's Rhea. Like, come on. That's my girl. I have to swallow it. I have to swallow her.
Let's not forget that Dominic Mysterio took a load to the face.
I take a load to the face from Asuka. I mean,
even if it burns.
You know, sometimes you gotta take one for the team. You know, like no pain, no gain. You know.
And then Damian Priest is in the back trying to console Dominic, like, "Hey, it could be worse. Other things could burn."
Rhea's like, Damian. It was all funny. It was all fucking hilarious. Dominic Mysterio, muy caliente, best thing going right now.
No, Dominic sucks.
No,
the rest of Judgment Day is fantastic.
No, Dominic is the crown jewel. Dominic is the crown jewel.
He's not pay-per-view.
Oh no, he's the crown jewel. He's bigger than the pay-per-view. Love Dominic. He was a fantastic little nuisance in the ringside, and then backstage, it's fucking funny. I love it. I love Judgment Day.
This is who you guys want as your Pornhub Poppy? Are you sure about this?
This wasn't a vote.
I was gonna say
it almost came to a vote.
It almost came to a vote.
Almost.
Shouldn't have.
You're right. It shouldn't have. You should have just been here, and then we wouldn't have had to have that. But I gave you the producer credit half point, which is why it didn't come to a vote. Because if it had ended tied without your half point, it would have come to a vote.
It wouldn't have ended in a tie.
You don't. What would you have done to stop it?
Nothing.
I was always meant to win. That was the booking end. That was the tail end of this story. That's how it was supposed to be.
Oh yeah, because you actually showed up to work for one Thursday.
For 1 year. You're over here putting Dominic Mysterio over as funny, yet you did not enjoy any of the Dexter Lumis, Johnny Gargano stuff, and I just don't understand.
I didn't enjoy Johnny's integration of it. I just don't find Johnny funny. Like
I don't find Dominic funny.
That's fine. I know you don't. I know
nobody does but you.
That's a lie. Me and my sister are over here marking out over like Dominic. We love Dominic. Ask Jesus. Jesus, do you like Dominic? Jesus will confirm right now in the chat or deny in the chat.
I know Jesus doesn't like Dominic. I've seen Jesus talk about how Jesus doesn't like Dominic on Twitter.
It's true. He has. I've seen the tweets.
Well, we'll see till Jesus replies. But yeah,
if he replies.
See, look, Hunter, dumb is great. My favorite. I mean, look, when you're in a relationship with Rhea, I mean, you kind of like bottom by
also.
Default.
I don't understand how you can be pro Dominic yet upset about Ray. Like those two things are conflicting ideals. Because Dominic is the reason why Ray's a bitch.
It's true.
I'm not happy with Ray's booking, but you keep them far apart. You rebuild.
You do understand that without Ray's booking, you would not have a Dominic.
I know.
Dominic would not be this great heel on Raw that Vince loves so much. It's the best heel on Monday Night Raw. Without Ray being a little bitch, that would not happen. So like you can't have it both ways.
It's gonna be a payout because eventually at some point we are gonna get Rey Mysterio just being the shit out of his son. So
no, we're not because
we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it.
He's just gonna retire like a bitch. He's gonna be like, I'm not fighting my child. I quit, which he already almost did, and they put him on SmackDown, and then because he ran from his problems, he got hurt. And now he's fucking out.
And then Kerry going to take him behind the shed and just.
And then his son went to his house on Thanksgiving and whooped his ass with a busted leg on Thanksgiving.
True.
Which leads you to ask the question: what does Dominic and Rhea have planned for Christmas and New Year's?
They're gonna beat the
fuck
up.
More of making Ray look like a bitch.
They're gonna beat him up with a Christmas tree. The Christmas tree that he had up at Thanksgiving.
You're lucky that this is the last episode of the year because now you don't have to come on here and suffer through having to talk about Ray looking more like a bitch on Christmas.
Look, I'm gonna say it like this. Look, Ray is looking like a bitch right now. I can't deny that, but I will say that eventually he's gonna beat the shit out of Dom. At some point, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I honestly don't.
I 1,000% believe it. I am more confident in that than Cody Rhodes coming out and winning the Royal Rumble.
Well,
which I
good
think will
because
happen.
That's not. I was going to say that's not a guarantee. So, so Vince, it is your turn. Spit or swallow, because Katie's deal was the Asuka Rhea match, and "Mommy It Burns," which is the title of our episode, because he took a load in the eyes, and apparently, he couldn't handle it.
I mean, Have you taken the load to the eyes? You would think it'd burn. I haven't personally.
See, I don't put myself in the position to take a load in the eyes. I prefer to be the load blower, not the load blowee.
So if Oscar wanted to take a load in your face, you wouldn't allow it. You wouldn't be like, interesting. Okay. What I will allow is Roxanne Perez being the new NXT Women's Champion. I'm swallowing that. I thought it was a great match. So I didn't get a chance to watch NXT live because I went out with Melissa and her family celebrating her sister's birthday. I went back and watched the replay at work after the Mandy Rose news. So I saw the look in Mandy's face, like she had loose face, like she had like this look in her face, like she knew she was gonna lose. And Roxanne had this look in her face, like she was anxious, she was nervous, she had butterflies. But the match was fantastic. Once the bell rung, they put on a fantastic performance. If this is Mandy's last match ever or for a while, it was a great match to go out on. The fans gave her her flowers and put some respect on her name after the match, not during the actual television, like the recordings on television, but like the live crowd gave her flowers. So I'm all for it. It sucks the circumstances outside of the match itself, but the match itself and the results were great, and I like it. And Roxy was always going to be the person to take the title off of Mandy Rose. Apparently, they just expedited the process.
Yeah, no, it was a great fucking match. Again, day one, Mandy Rose, brown hair, toxic attraction fan here. I have supported her entire title run all the way up through this. I think that she has improved immensely. I was looking forward to everything that she had coming to her in the future. I was really surprised when they announced the match, and I was like, something's weird there. And I had a good feeling Cora was going to win. I was like, there's no way she won the Iron Survivor. She's going to take her title match now. Huh?
Roxanne, you said Cora.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Roxanne. Won the Iron Survivor. Is taking her match tonight and is going to lose. It's got to happen. And no, I mean, Roxanne is fantastic. It was a really damn good match.
Yeah. I mean, she's had one hell of a rookie year in NXT.
The rookie year.
NXT tag team women's tag team champion, NXT breakout women's tournament winner, Iron Survivor challenge winner, now NXT women's champion, 21 years old. Kid's got the rocket strapped to her fucking back. She's killing it already. So she's going to do great things. And I liked the match. Like Matt was saying, Mandy has improved so much over this past year alone. And the fact that people continuously shit on her because they didn't like the sex appeal and they didn't like toxic attraction and whatever the fuck people were saying, which y'all can have your opinions and y'all can be fucking wrong, but like whatever. Mandy has busted her ass this past year, going back down to NXT, running the faction in NXT for the women. And, you know, I'm glad they gave her the thank you, Mandy chance after the fact. Bittersweet knowing it was for that reason, because before that news came out, we all assumed, based off of that, she was probably just moving up to the main roster. So,
to Katie's point, everyone's, she's just eye candy. She's are the same people that are like, how dare you treat her like that? And blah, 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 blah. And we talked about it at the beginning of the show. Listen, you don't get to have it both ways. Kind of like I told Vince about Rey Mysterio. You can't have it both ways. You can't say she's just a piece of eye candy. She's just a piece of meat. She's not good, this and that. And then when they fire her, be like, oh, well, you know, you presented her this way and she's so good and blah, 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 blah. When you guys have been shitting on her for a year. You don't get to, you know, white knight this shit now. Not how that works. Mm-hmm. So. It's on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am going to swallow Seth defeating Bobby Lashley to become the number one contender for the U.S. title. Bobby attacking an official by accident. And then after being reprimanded by Pierce, putting his hands on Pierce. And Pierce prematurely ejaculating the words, "You're fired," and then having to go on social media later and retract and apologize. I don't understand that part at all. Like, I don't get why they did this whole, like, you're fired. Oh, I came a little too quick. Sorry about that. You're not fired, but I'm going to sit down with you and we're going to figure things out. Like, that whole part was weird. But up until like he took it back, I was like, this is interesting as shit. What are we going to do? We just fucking fired Bobby. Like, you had me, and then you fucking backed out of it 2 minutes later.
Yep.
There's no, like, I'm not basing this off of anything, but just posing the question out there. Could they have backpedaled from the firing storyline, not knowing that Mandy Rose is going to get fired in real life the following day or days, like 2 days after the fact? Could that be an issue? They were like, okay, you know what? Fuck, let's not do whatever storyline we're going to do, and let's just rehire him back and pivot to something else because it's going to come off tasteless. Pure speculation on my part, but I'm just posing the question.
I don't think so.
Then what's the point then? What's the point of firing him and then, like, be like, oh,
he'll just beat the absolute shit out of Adam Pearce next week, and then he gets, like, fired or suspended.
I don't know. It's interesting. I guess we'll see on Monday what happens there.
Well, what's the point is the question, and I agree with that, but I don't think it has anything to do with, we're going to fire Mandy Rose for real, so we've got a reel back pretend firing Bobby Lashley. I don't think that makes any sense to me whatsoever because it's in kayfabe. Hunter, I came a little too quick. Matt Ritter 2022. Still not as quick as you, though.
No,
we might get a match out of it. I don't really want to see Adam Pearce wrestle, but we'll see.
We've seen worse.
Katie, spit or swallow?
I'm gonna swallow everything Chase U. I am loving this right now. Andre Chase casually swearing and them just, like, having to bleep it out is still so funny to me because they just put the little symbol over the mouth. Duke Hudson showing his loyalty to Chase U, even though Drew Gulak's trying to be a sneaky son of a bitch and take Duke. He's just scouting, apparently. But I love this. I've been on the Andre Chase U bandwagon for a while now. So this is fun. This is entertainment. I'm about this.
Yeah, that I found entertaining. I thought that was fun.
I did not.
Really?
I am not enjoying Duke Hudson in Chase U in any way, shape, or form at all. I think he looks stupid with the fucking sweater vest wrestling.
What? Oh no!
I'm sorry. Did I not say that? I think he looks stupid in the sweater vest wrestling.
I thought it was just a cutoff.
I'm not. No, it's a fucking sweater vest. I'm not. I am not feeling it at all. I really am not. But hey, you guys enjoy it. The Pornhub Poppy or Poppy and former Poppy contender agree on something that makes me happy. It's nice to hear. Nice to see you guys coming together. And
we agreed on a few things last week when it was just us two.
It doesn't matter. I wasn't here.
So what was the point of last week then?
That's a very good question.
Only you can answer that, Matt.
The point of last week was to get an episode out, and I couldn't be here. You did a fantastic job without me.
Sure.
But again, nothing that happens when I'm not here matters. So, Vince, spit or swallow?
I am going to go back to SmackDown because I forgot about it. I'm going to swallow the triple threat tag match, but I'm going to gargle the two, like, scary looking botches / dives from Top Dollar and Selena Vega. Because the match was good. It was great. Top Hit Row winning was an interesting interesting decision, and then getting the tag team title match against the Usos. That should be an interesting dynamic pairing right there. Hopefully, Top Dollar is okay. Apparently, his leg gave out when he was doing the dive, and he looked like he was just about to land on his head and just concuss himself. So, thankfully, he's okay. So, the match was solid. I'm swallowing the results, but I'm gargling like those 2 dives or spitting them, I guess.
I didn't give a fuck about this. I didn't. I don't give a fuck about Valhalla and the Viking Raiders. Hit Row's not really doing anything for me right now. And Legato existed, so cool for them. But like, I'm not here for Joaquin and Cruz. I'm here for Santos and Zelina. So
I will say I was disappointed that Santos did not come to ringside because
did come to ringside. He walked
came
out
to
with
the he walked out with them. He came to the stage, and then Selena walked him down to ringside, and he went back. He went to the backstage area, so he wasn't actually there during the match. He just walked out for the entrance.
Well, yeah, because then it would have been uneven teams. It's got to be 2 guys and a girl.
Yeah,
all the way around.
Math.
That's the way the logistics work.
You ever been in a 2 guys 1 girl situation, Vince?
No, and I don't ever.
Would you like to be?
No, I just said I don't ever plan to.
I was gonna say we could make that happen for Christmas. I'll dress up like Santa. Come down your chimney.
I don't have a chimney, but okay.
Throat chimney, same thing.
No, Matt.
Leave out some milk and cookies for me.
What?
So you want to swallow the milk that I leave you?
Yes.
No. Damn it.
And I'm going to eat your cookies.
Okay, as long as you swallow the milk with it too. Go for it.
Then you can come sit on my lap and tell me what you want, and I'll tell you that you've been a naughty boy.
Okay, go on.
You enjoy
No.
Yeah.
Do not go on.
Go.
You guys can fucking talk about this later.
Tell me more. Where does the rest of this story go?
I'm spitting Waller cutting Roxanne's promo time at the beginning of the show.
Yep.
Braun coming out to defend her, but like talking over her, and basically the whole Waller Braun making her opening promo as the Iron Survivor about them, and it becoming the Waller Braun show. What the fuck is a shoey? Waller said he was going to take a shoey, or he was going to do a shoey.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure. I don't actually 100% know. I'm 98% sure it's when you drink something out of a shoe, because I'm pretty sure he did that.
Like Das Boot from Beer Fest.
Yes.
That's a thing that people do?
Actually, so fun fact, they actually do it in the Friday the 13th remake when they're playing beer pong.
Oh,
but they don't call it a shoey. Yeah.
They do.
But they don't call it a shoey.
No, it's probably just like an Australian term for it. But yeah, I'm 90% sure like he drank something out of a shoe after the Iron Survivor match.
Well, because he's fucking disgusting.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He's a fucking disgusting human being. And the fact that he's number 1 contender and may beat Braun for the title kind of makes me sick.
He's no.
You know, I don't like saying anything positive, but I will say him coming into the Iron Survivor and then getting 2 consecutive wins back to back. Shit, I was not expecting that. So kudos to him. He gets 1 swallow from me.
Nope. I hate
milk. It's a twist on soggy biscuit. Okay.
Well, Vince, you should look up what a soggy biscuit is.
No.
You really should.
No. Last time I looked something up on the show, I did not like it.
What was that?
Maybe you'll like this one.
You mentioned the hot Carl so many times that I had to look it up, and I'm like, ew. No.
Well, I feel like you need to look up a soggy biscuit as well.
You might like this one.
Issue but who cares? Drink. Okay. Kofi Winston's got the spirit. Okay. So
I mean, I'll do a body shot out of a belly button, no problem. I am not one of the that there are people that like shoot beer bongs up their ass.
I don't understand people.
No.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It is a thing. I just don't understand.
I didn't. It was a thing.
There are also women who dip tampons in alcohol and then because it gets them drunk quicker.
Which, like, why would you do that to yourself?
I thought you were raising your hand like that's something you've done.
No. Why would I do that?
That's a very good question that I was going to ask. I was like, Katie, what possessed you to dip a tampon in vodka and then...
I would never... That's 1,000% a cause for a yeast infection. Why would you even do that to yourself?
Would it cause a yeast infection if you haven't like actually?
It does.
Used
so
the
apparently,
tampon?
the lining inside you is thinner, and it gets the alcohol into your bloodstream quicker, which is why people do it. But
okay,
No,
myths are real.
I've heard of people doing it, but like
that's the real definition of white girl wasted.
What's the weirdest spot or body part or thing that you've used to take a shot, Matt? Was it a belly button? Is like the extent of where you've gone?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I haven't like drank alcohol out of anyone's asshole, if that's what you're asking.
I was trying to see how far you have gone, you know. Just curious is all.
What about you, Vince? Where's the weirdest place you've taken a shot out of?
I don't like this conversation anymore.
I don't know about a shot. Wait, just like going up the girl's chest? I haven't at belly button as well. That's about it.
Katie, spit or swallow?
Thank God. We're over that. I'm gonna swallow the women's tag team match on NXT and the brawls that ensued after the fact. I mean, I don't know what they should still like be utilizing Toxic Attraction like without Mandy because they are an actual tag team. So I hope that doesn't affect them. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. But having Ivy Nile, Tatum Paxley, and Team Disco Ninja Party and Toxic Attraction just beating the absolute shit out of each other all throughout backstage and interfering in the matches. It led to a triple threat tag match for next week. And it's utilizing 3 good tag teams, women's tag teams that you have. So I'm about it. And I have been saying for a while, like, people need to start putting some respect on Ivy Nile and Tatum Paxley. So I'm glad that they're doing that and showcasing them more in this light.
I'm with you. I really enjoyed that tag match. Obviously, I enjoy everything Toxic Attraction does. I do need to know, Kofi, the cup part on your shoulder. Did somebody take a shot out of the cup part on your shoulder? Or you did. I'm curious as to like you being super tall, how that affects. If that's the weirdest place you. Also, how?
Send us a video and tag us on Twitter of like a visual. I need a visual aid is what we need. That's what we need right now, Kofi. I'm with you guys. I thought the match was really good. The backstage brawls was fantastic. Setting up a triple threat match for the tag titles. I'm just more or less right now gargling everything Toxic Attraction until I see what they do with Mandy, with Gigi and JC after the Mandy Rose firing. I heard rumors that supposedly maybe they could, or speculation is a better word, that maybe they could have Sonya Deville be the new leader, or they could hire Chelsea Green to be the new leader, which I'm against both. Hold up. I'm against both. I'd like them to stay as a tag team, or maybe just break up Toxic Attraction and have Gigi go into the singles route.
No.
You don't need a leader for Toxic Attraction. Gigi and JC can do their own shit as a tag team. They don't need a third. There's no like, I get that Sonya came and helped and blah, 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 and Sonya's not doing anything. But like, that's not Sonya's group. And don't make Sonya a surrogate Mandy Rose just because they were a tag team at one point. and it would be a completely different dynamic. Like Sonya's not that kind of person.
No,
like it would be a completely different dynamic to that group, and it's not needed. So just let them be them. Just let them be a tag team. Let them move up. Let them do some shit. I don't want to see anyone taking over for Mandy Rose. Period.
All right. No, well, I didn't say I want to see that either. If they keep Toxic Attraction as a thing, I'd rather it be a tag team now. But I wouldn't be opposed to Gigi going solo, because I think at some point she should go solo, because she could be a top star in the singles women's division as well. I'm not advocating for that to be next week or anytime soon.
I wasn't saying you were. You just said it was speculation, and I was throwing in my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Don't fucking
I don't know, because I saw it in
Oh.
multiple chats, like Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville's name being tossed in there, and I'm like, no.
We discussed that. Everyone in the IWC is an idiot. Vince, spit or swallow?
I am gonna go to Dynamite, and I'm gonna swallow the fact that the Lucha Bros and Pac, aka the Death Triangle, picked up another win. They're currently up 3-1 on the Elites. But I'm gonna spit the fact that Kenny Omega consistently gets on the fucking mic the last 2 matches for no reason. He doesn't need to get on the mic. I don't need to hear that man talk. But yeah, I'm swallowing it, but I'm gonna gargle my hesitancy, because I feel like him mentioning it's like, oh, anyone that watches sports knows that a 3-1 deficit is not a good thing, yada yada yada. If they're trying to do a thing where they come back from a 3-1 deficit to win the tag titles, I'm fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Not canceling, but like protesting. Boycotting. There you go. I'm boycotting Dynamite and Rampage if the Death Triangle blow a 3-1 lead to the Elite and they get the trios titles. I'm boycotting Dynamite, because that's gonna be some bullshit, and I'm gonna be genuinely pissed. I'm gonna be genuinely pissed.
So I listened to the latest episode of Get Joe, and I listened to you guys talk about this, and here's what I'll say. Well, a lot of people I know feel the same way I do, in that they don't really give a fuck about the Elite. Mm-hmm. I don't even really give a fuck about the Lucha Bros personally. They don't really do it for me. Death Triangle doesn't do it for me. I sit here and I'm like, oh, I love Pac. I don't love Pac. I loved Adrian Neville.
True.
Loving Adrian Neville and loving Pac they're 2 completely like different utilizations, people, times in his life. Like, however, I do understand that there are a lot of people out there who watch All Elite Wrestling because of the Elite, who love the Elite, who find this whole best of 7 thing entertaining, and not everything in professional wrestling has to be catered to my specific tastes or Vince's or Katie's. There should be a little something out there for everybody. So while this isn't for me, and I am spitting the whole best of 7, I'm happy that Death Triangle won, because I don't want to see the Elite win. Mm-hmm. I'm also not going to sit here and be like, this is stupid, they shouldn't do it, shit on it, because it's something somebody likes, and that somebody probably doesn't enjoy the same shit I do, like the Bray Wyatt stuff. So,
well, it's not that it's not good. It's just like,
no, it's not good.
It's okay. Well, you personally don't find it not good. Okay, I'm sure like there's a good portion of the wrestling community that agrees with you. I don't hate the matches. I think some of the matches are solid. They're pretty decent, but I don't want to see 7 matches of the Elite versus Death Triangle, and especially if it culminates in the Elite coming back from a 3-1 deficit to get the titles back, because again, I'd be fucking pissed. And then I just boycott AEW.
Maybe you should just boycott them now going forward, because it's going to happen.
No, look. If the Elite come back 3-1, I will boycott AEW until they drop those trios titles, because I want to see Death Triangle versus House of Black. That is my dream trios. Like,
we've seen it
matchup. I want to see it again.
Okay,
I want to see it again.
that's my whole thing is like they're trying to do this whole Death Triangle versus the Elite thing is like New Day versus Usos,
and it's not.
And they're not the New Day versus the Usos. Like I don't care what you feel about the Young Bucks or Kenny Omega, or if you think they're great wrestlers. I personally don't. This is not that, and this is not something that I need to see repeatedly over the years. Best of 7, but if you do, if you enjoy it, like I'm not like good for you. You enjoy it, and I'm glad you've got something you enjoy. It's something I can do without.
Kenny can blow me.
Can I say something about this? Now that
Yeah,
Vince is
go
done
ahead.
with his tangent. Yeah, Vince, you might as well start fucking boycotting now because they're gonna win in the Escalada de la Muerte match because that's what the 7th match is gonna be. They're not adding stipulations to the rest of these matches for no fucking reason. The Bucks are the Elite are gonna win. That's been the whole thing, and you're not the first person I've heard who would be boycotting AEW because of the Elite in some way, shape, or form. I know a lot of people who have recently. I don't understand it. I'll still watch it because there's things I like on there. Y'all do you, whatever. But yeah, they're gonna win.
I mean, they're gonna.
If they don't, I would be very surprised.
True, and I agree with you. I agree with Hunter in the chat. I think this is gonna go seven matches. It's gonna go 7. 100% will. But that final 7th match should still go to Death Triangle. And like you said, you have a lot of stuff in AEW that you like. The Lucha Bros winning the Trios title and actually having some matches or doing something, I'm like, okay, this is good. This is something that I actually like. If it's again the Elite coming in and just like beating people that I like, or like seeing people that I like constantly like put other people over, then it just tunes me off of the product and it just makes me not want to watch. And the fact that it's still Elite, it's even enhanced then some.
I'm going to swallow Wesley versus Stax because Stax went out there, did his thing against the North American champion, and B, Tony D'Angelo reminded Wesley just who the fuck he is and that he better keep his eye on the Don and not worry about the racist cop. Because he took his focus off him and he fucking paid for it. And we know that Wesley's not the smartest person. We've seen who he hangs out with and, you know, those things like that. And good for him. He's North American champ. And yeah, he can wrestle a nice match, but he's not the fucking Don of NXT. And you show the Don the respect he deserves. You don't turn your back on the Don for somebody else. And Wesley learned that.
I will say the shot in Dijak's glasses of Tony D'Angelo appearing behind Wesley was pretty fucking cool. So I agree with you. I'm swallowing Wesley and Stax, but I'm also just specifically swallowing that specific camera shot because it was so good. I love that shit.
I'm swallowing that Wesley got that win. And so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he beat the number 2 guy. Like, he should. You're North American champion. You shouldn't be losing to Tony's lackey.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be mad about that.
Stax 2 dimes.
No, his name is Stax.
People. They were different people.
Don't be disrespectful, Vince. Katie's going to swallow.
I'm going to swallow Odyssey Jones.
Okay.
Big me man. I mean, Von Wagner was there. He doesn't fucking matter. But Odyssey Jones, big shout out. He was gone for a while because he injured his knee. I think he's had like 1 or 2 matches since returning, and he's phenomenal. Like I get like Samoa Joe type vibes, like just a big man who's like quick kind of thing. So I'm all about it. I love Odyssey Jones. I would like to see him eventually in the NXT world title picture, hopefully. Maybe soon. Once Braun leaves and goes to the main roster, we can maybe see Odyssey slide into a spot. Perhaps.
I'm with it. I'm cool with it. I like Odyssey Jones. It's crazy to think like when the breakout tournament started, Carmelo Hayes and Odyssey Jones were the finals, and Odyssey Jones was actually the favorite in a lot of people's eyes. And then Carmelo Hayes just took off and became the star in the males division in NXT. And then Odyssey Jones has kind of been like floundering or like towards the bottom of like the roster. Granted, his experience isn't as high as Carmelo Hayes, but I like him. He has a lot of potential.
He was injured.
Yeah.
No, like even before the injury, because he was showing up on NXT Level Up instead of being on NXT.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's what I was referencing to. I think he should go to the North American title picture before he goes to the NXT title picture. But at some point, I do want to see him challenging for the NXT title because I really like that guy. He has a lot of potential.
Vince, better swallow.
Speaking of potential, I'm gonna swallow, and this had nothing to do with anything that happened on any of the weekly shows. I am swallowing Zion Quinn on Instagram in nothing but a bath towel, almost showing his whole dick to Instagram. Yes.
This is not the first time he has done this, so
This is the
was
first
nothing
time.
new to me.
This is the first time I ran into it. I heard of this, and I actively searched out Zion Quinn's Instagram, and I tried to look for it. It was the second post that he had on there, and it was like, "Merry Christmas, you filthy animals." I'm like, God damn it, that's a good Christmas gift from Zion Quinn. So I'm swallowing Zion Quinn, just being a whole meat of a man.
You just want to swallow Zion Quinn, is what you're saying.
Who wouldn't want to swallow Zion Quinn? Look at,
I'm not disagreeing, but okay, Matt doesn't, but I do.
You know, Vince, there are days like today when you say things like what you just said.
And we wonder.
It makes me wonder some things about you.
Right.
Which I'm absolutely okay with. Like,
okay,
I support you in all of your
endeavors,
sexual endeavors, and kinks and things like that. I'm just very curious because I'll tell you what, hearing the news that Zion Quinn was posing in just a towel did not make me go search out his Instagram to find that picture. I was not interested. There were many other developments about people that I could go search and find that happened this week that had my attention far more than Zion Quinn and Tal. But if that's what does it for you, Vince, I support you as your friend and ally.
So, look, Zion
also
Quinn,
stop trying to steal Katie's buy gimmick. Like, it's not.
Yeah,
fair.
what the fuck, Vince?
You can't Poppy and steal her buy gimmick. That's not fair.
I'm not trying to steal anyone's buy gimmick. I have not at any point claimed to be bi or anything. I am just comfortable with my own sexuality, and I can acknowledge when another man looks goddamn good because I'm like, goddamn, I can't look that good in the fucking towel.
It's the fact that Vince heard and saw on the Twitter about Zion Quinn. Mind you, I follow him on Instagram, so again, I've seen this, so it's nothing new to me. He said, "Oh, I saw things about Zion Quinn in a towel." Actively searches for it. That's
because people. Okay, so okay, help me out here because I'm trying to figure out the verbiage. What's it called? Like that crotch area where it looks like it's leading to like the man to the dude's dick. The what?
Are you talking about like the V on a guy?
Yeah, the V.
It's a fantastic thing.
Isn't there like an actual term for it?
I just know it.
I don't think it matters. I think we all know what you're talking about. Anyway, continue because this isn't the first man that you've actively wanted to see naked on this show. But please explain to me how you're not bi.
Who's the other man?
Fucking Hangman Adam Page.
I don't want to see him naked.
Quite a few.
I want to see him in assless chaps. Which is
okay, different. Vince, if his chaps don't have an ass and you want to see his ass, it's his naked ass.
He can have a G-string. He can have a G-string with it.
You're still seeing cheek. It's still a naked ass, Vince.
But his dick's not out for me to see.
I'm pretty sure you've said you wanted to see his dick out too.
Honestly, I wouldn't put fucking past him at this point.
I have said I do want to see Hangman let it hang, or else what's the point of being called the Hangman?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I've outed myself on a fucking show before. I understand. This might be taking it to a whole nother level.
No, okay, so like this is just mostly for fun, just because I'm comfortable saying this shit.
Listen, bro, it's okay. We support you.
Man,
we know you jerk off to fucking people that look like me in porn. Like we support you.
That's hearsay.
I heard it said. You are correct. That I heard it said. So anyway, you wanted to see Zion's V. So you guys actually talked about this last week, and I wasn't here to tell you guys fucking suck. That Max promo, MJF, was fucking stupid. The Pebble thing was fucking stupid. Like stupid.
We did say it was dumb. We were saying
no,
that
you did not. I
Ricky
listened to the episode.
Stark. Ricky
I said
Starks
the
was
part was
good.
funny.
I said I didn't enjoy the Max the Max promo. I don't enjoy any MJF promos.
Well, that's also not. MJF is a fantastic promo. Last week was a fucking miss. This week, the promo that he cut is the promo he needed last week because he got destroyed.
Yeah,
by
because he
Ricky
had
Starks
to sit there for a week to come up with a rebuttal because he had none. All he could think of was dick kick.
Oh no, the Pebble thing was fucking stupid. It really was. It's cheesy and corny and dumb and unfunny as fuck, in my opinion. Katie, you enjoyed it, but like I'm sitting here and I'm like, what is wrong with you people? Like that was the dumbest shit. I was disappointed in Maxwell Jacob Friedman listening to that promo last week.
I feel like now I have to go back and see at what point we talked about it because I vaguely remember dismissing anything that MJF said, but giving props to Ricky Starks. I was actually talking to Katie and saying, like, look, everyone knows that I'm not the biggest Ricky Starks guy. I don't really get too much hype for him, but that promo was really good for him.
Oh, Hunter, you're cute. You're an idiot, but you're cute. This week the promo that he cut is the promo he needed last week because he got roasted last week. I thought he was trash last week, and I thought Ricky Starks outshined the shit out of him. This week he came back, and it was like, okay, that's the Max I was looking for. But yeah, so I'm swallowing Max's backstage promo on Ricky Starks this week.
Skipped it. I see Max on TV talking, and I skip it. I fast forward.
He's the best part of AEW.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
To you, he might be. To a few other people, he might be. To me, he's not.
I don't know what. Like, I get Jericho. I get that whole thing. I get the. I don't understand. Like, Wardlow being fucking Wardlow and MJF, who is one of the best talkers in wrestling right now, hands down, period. Not like that is not a personal opinion. That is a fucking fact. Like your general enjoyment of objectively good shit sometimes weirds me out.
Stop it.
Maybe Vince.
You want to praise Dominic Mysterio? You want to praise Dominic Mysterio as the best heel on Raw, but MJF sucks and I can't watch him. Get the fuck out of here.
I've never said, and I've never said the word MJF sucks. I've said I don't enjoy MJF. I don't care for MJF, and I just skip him.
We did make amends, Hunter, but then you said that Ricky Starks' promo was overrated, and that's just fucking stupid. Katie, spit or swallow?
This has been all over the damn place. I'm gonna swallow. No, I'm gonna spit. I'm gonna spit Jay Lethal and JEFFJARRETT being involved in the tag team, man. Anything in general. Fuck off, Jeff Jarrett, with your goddamn guitar and your old ass. Ain't nobody want to see it. Don't ever interrupt the Acclaimed. Now we'll never know what the next line of the rap was. Cliffhangers. We're never gonna know. I know. Sad face. But, like, there are 800,000 other tag teams in AEW. And you choose Jay Lethal, who was good in the ring. Whatever. But, like, and Jeff Jarrett, who came together a month ago because they signed Jeff Jarrett and put him on TV.
I'm with you, Katie.
I need to have some words with Tony Khan. face to face, man to man. I need to have some words.
Your
This
dick's
is
bigger than Tony
stupid.
Khan's, so
1,000% it is.
Like I'm with you, Katie. That's actually my last thing I had was spitting Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal being involved in the tag team title picture with the Acclaimed. It's like they're like the least interesting tag team that you can put up against the Acclaim in any kind of title picture. Like you do not need to see Jeff Jarrett in 2022, almost 2023 wrestling, let alone wrestling for a championship. Jay Lethal, he's all right. I don't care enough about him. I don't know enough about him. He's a solid wrestler, but that's just about it. This whole faction he has with Sanjay Dutt is dumb. It's whack. It's lame. It's like one of the worst things in AEW, and now it's associated with the Acclaim, one of the best things in AEW. And then one of the reasons I tune in, and that's another reason I'm probably not going to tune in to AEW because the Acclaim are associated with that now. So until they move on to something else, I'm not going to enjoy most of the Acclaim stuff.
I agree. I had Jeff Jarrett. The fact that Jeff Jarrett and Jericho were in back-to-back segments is my spit. I listen.
Jericho was on the show.
You guys can cheer Mario Andretti all the fuck you want. In his little fucking race car running around the ring, beating Jericho, getting a contract for the Indy 5000 or whatever the fuck he was doing. I don't care. Like, sure, I whatever. He beat Chris Jericho. Like, it. Yeah, I guess it's a big deal. It didn't really do shit for me. I enjoy watching Jericho lose to a jobber and them chant jobber and all that, I guess, a little bit, kind of. But I don't give a fuck about anything Chris Jericho or Jeff Jarrett does on TV. And Jeff Jarrett is bringing down the Acclaimed.
100%.
Jericho, the fact that the BCC and the JAS aren't even fucking done, that's still a thing, is pissing me off. Like,
did they say that there was going to come to an end?
Yep.
Yeah, like 500 times over the last fucking year, and it's not ending.
Yep.
Yeah.
But with Andretti winning, more than likely wrote Jericho off TV for a while because he's going on tour. So
I've also been hearing that.
We keep hearing he's going on tour and never goes.
And he
on
never
tour.
does. He doesn't leave.
he needs to.
Yeah, maybe
like-
he should start hanging out with
he
Riddle and pop on a couple
Fozzy-
fucking drug tests so we can get the fucking rid of him like we did Riddle.
Oh, Tony's not gonna
Ozzy
get
is
rid of him.
definitely touring though, because I'm pretty sure I saw their tour date for Pittsburgh. I'm not going.
I was
Like
gonna
I
say,
distinctly
you're pretty sure
remember.
'cause Savannah's probably got tickets, so she can fucking blow.
Well,
him
they're probably not
backstage.
going to go to El Paso. Whoa. I heard that. Relax.
She's the self-professed Jericho.
Ooh.
Mm.
Oof.
Not touching that one.
Yeah, me either.
He's gonna get filled with all the white supremacy. Anyway,
Ay.
so that was your last thing, huh, Vince?
Gonna spit. Fuck, I just had it. I'm spitting the fact that for whatever reason, Jericho has appointed Sammy Guevara to be the mentor for Danny Garcia, and I'm just like, why the fuck did you stay with the Jaguars, bro? You could have been with the BCC. Like, you made terrible life choices in your life, and look at you, you're not even champion anymore. So I'm spitting Daniel Garcia's life choices, I guess.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'll come up with some more if you guys still have a few.
I have still.
I've got three. I'm spitting Jungle Boy versus Brian Cage because Hook ran off Big Bill, and what the fuck?
Yeah. That's
Like,
that's a thing that's happening now. The Jungle.
don't get me
Book
wrong.
is people
Jungle Hook is a fantastic name for, like, I'd be all behind that if fucking W. Morrissey, Big Bill, Big Cass, 7
Big
foot
ass.
tall, can't teach that. I said big Cass, not big ass.
I know,
Yeah,
but
I
like
know.
the picture. Yeah. Okay. Come on.
7 foot tall, can't teach that. Wasn't running from Hook's little Justin Bieber looking like bitch ass.
It just. I just don't understand. Does that just mean they don't want Jungle Boy to be a singles guy? Because you're putting him now
Don't they
with
put Hook with
Hook?
like everyone? Was Hookhausen was a thing?
Hookhausen was fun because of Danhausen.
Danhausen's just fun.
Exactly. But like that was the only other he was a part of Team Taz, but like didn't really do anything. He wasn't like he wasn't really wrestling for them or with them. Hookhausen was like his first. That I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's stupid. I was spitting that too.
There's no reason that fucking Big Bill should be running from Hook. Period.
No. Period.
No one should be running from Hook, man. No one.
Katie, spit or swallow?
I'm swallowing House of Black. They won. They are doing, as of right now, they're doing things right.
Yeah.
With the presentation of House of Black. I know Malachi is the leader in my mind, and in my soul, Julia Hart is the leader because I love her. Boo me all the fuck you want. You have terrible opinions. Your opinion does not matter on this. This is more so for Matt because Matt was arguing with me yesterday.
And I concur with Matt.
I understand. I don't care. I understand, Matt. I understand. We are in agreement that Malachi is 1,000% the leader. But in my head and in my soul, Julia Hart is. Just for the witchy vibes alone, you know I like that. So that is why. Malachi's 1,000% the leader, like, point blank period. But Julia Hart
exists as part of the House of Black. You are correct. And Misted Nick Camarado with the Black Mist. Apparently he's not blind, which, again, get your fucking Miss lore straight, AEW.
It's disrespectful at this point.
I just need consistency. Like, if these are the things that in the history of wrestling the Mist does, then have them do these things.
Exactly.
Pay some fucking attention to how important these things are and make them do what they're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. That was actually my last thing, Katie. I'm with you. House of Black wrecks the factory. Got to watch QT Marshall struggle to take off his stupid shirt and get black masked, which anytime QT Marshall gets the shit kicked out of him, I enjoy. House of Black wrecks the factory. Julia, squirts in fucking Camarado's eyes with the Black Mist.
Why did you say that?
It's a lot of misting this week.
There was a lot of misting this week. A lot of squirting going on. It was a squirt heavy week.
Mommy at Burns is an apropos title then.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Vince, you got anything else?
Nothing that I can actually talk about until now, because it's all spoiler stuff for next week.
No spoilers.
Well, I can tell. Well, it's...
Nope.
No, you can't. Katie, what else you got?
Swallowing Hangman's promo from Dynamite.
Oh yeah, that was good.
I love me some cowboy shit. He ain't kind of like tug at the heartstrings like that. I don't know what I was expecting. Like, clearly we know he got his shit fucking rocked in the match with Mox. Like, was out, like, literally. So the fact that they're very much leaning into that, and the fact that, like, he said he couldn't remember his son's name when they showed him a picture. Like, if that doesn't break your heart, or like, yeah, exactly. If it doesn't do that, especially to parents, I don't even have kids, and I was, like, distraught and heartbroken over that. Like, I can't even imagine what you were fucking feeling up there.
I couldn't imagine waking up and not being able to remember Vince's name.
You're an idiot. Not like your own kid or anything.
He's my son.
And
I'd beat you unlike Ray.
I resent that statement.
You can resent it all you want. I'm going to put you over my knee. Keep talking shit.
You ain't going to do nothing. Man.
I'll find you.
You're going to find me as much as Katie found me that one time she was in Chicago.
Jesus, are you still here? I need Natty.
Jesus is out cold. Jesus is.
I'm gonna message
asleep.
Jesus tomorrow and get Natty, and I'm gonna come and I'm gonna give you a spanking and the COVID.
Well, I'm moving, so
spanking.
So it's
you better move quick.
You better move within the next 72 hours.
I'll be moved out before Max moved out.
Katie, you got anything else before we close out the show?
Just a special little swallow to Wardlow, War Daddy, War Dog.
Okay. He was on Rampage.
He was on Rampage, yes. And Samoa Joe just like very much. He was screaming Wardlow like he was Wendy when he was feuding with AJ Styles. So that was just entertaining for me. And I just can't wait for the actual one-on-one that we're going to get between the two of them. I don't know when that'll be, but I think New Year's Smash. I think I just saw the graphic for it. So that's going to be fantastic.
New Year's Smash.
Yes, that is what they call their show.
Vince, what was your favorite show you watched this week?
SmackDown, because I was there in attendance.
Not surprised. Katie.
I'll go Raw.
I'm gonna go SmackDown as well. Maybe a little bit of recency bias. The only thing I didn't give a fuck about was the 6-man tag. Everything else was pretty good. And Uncle Howdy and Bray. So there's that.
Do you have any?
I missed that because I was still at work. Like I had to see everything on Twitter, so I didn't get to watch that part live. So
you should go back and watch it if you have the episode recorded or anything.
I didn't have the episode recorded. I didn't expect to be at work that long. So
I have no guesses as to who it could be, Vince, and we need to close out the show. So for the Smackin It Raw podcast, SmackDown, best show of the week. Katie, please plug yourself.
You can follow me on Twitter at KatieRasson13, link to I'm about to take y'all things She Lead Showcase, twitch.tv/She Lead Showcase, typically Thursday, 6 p.m.-ish Eastern, next week's seasonal showcase. YouTube.com/She Lead Showcase. I say watch the videos because they're way more entertaining. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts if you want to listen. She Lead Showcase is the brand and the weekly show, like I just mentioned. Inside the Mind of is an interview series I do. Matt and Vince have both been on it. It is done for the year. Next year, I don't know. I don't have any guests lined up yet. I'll work on that. And the Crowd is a collab show. It's gone through a lot of iterations. Everything's up on the channel. Savannah has 2 shows. Those are up on the channel. Star Time and Katie Kinsey Bebe. There's an episode out. Will I make another one? Maybe. I don't know yet. We'll fucking see. And I write for Floor Slapper Sports. I do a lot of stuff. Ta-da.
Vince, Pornhub Poppy, plug yourself.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SESVince. Hit the link tree in my bio. We'll take you to Everything Straight Talk. We recently dropped an episode talking about the Chicago Bulls, and they continue to teeter down to the bottom. We're doing a holiday wish list episode that's going to be dropping on Monday. So go ahead and check that out. Straight Talk _pod is the Instagram. So go ahead and follow it there. Sub, download, like, all that good stuff. Rating. Really appreciate it. And the episodes are also available at floorslappersports.com.
And as always, you can follow me on MTTRDDER, Twitter and Instagram. And no, not Instagram. Why would you follow me on Instagram? It doesn't exist. Twitter, you guys can follow me at Getting Off as well. If you want to check out our horror content, we recently dropped an episode on Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We may or may not be doing an episode where we sit down and do a live watch along for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre porno, as well as which will probably be Pornhub exclusive, as well as an episode on Christmas horror movies coming up very soon after the beginning of the year, because this is the last thing that you guys will be getting from us this year for either Getting Off or Smackin It Raw. We are going on a 2-week hiatus. We will see you after New Year's weekend. Facebook.com/group/Smackin It Raw. Link trees in my bio for everything that you need. I have no idea why I sent Instagram. For Shaman of Sheelite, Miss Katie Kinsey Bebe, and the Pornhub Poppy, Vince Delgado. I am the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Mad Ritter, and this has been the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub.
See you next year, guys. So we got the title down. What's the thumbnail? Because
That's your job.
I don't have a preference, man.
Every week, that's your job, Vince.
This has literally been a conversation every fucking week.
Doesn't have to be my job every week.
It does. That's what we agreed on.
But what if you don't want it to be the thumbnail?
When have I ever told you I don't want it to be the thumbnail?
You've always suggested other stuff. You've never outright said, no, I don't want this to be the thumbnail, but you've been like, I had this in mind.
Yeah, and then I let you pick the title.
It's you each pick one. That has been the thing.
Like, I'm open to suggestions.
It could be Uncle Howdy. I found that provocative title plus a sexy picture of a female wrestler seems to get us more views, because 2 weeks ago, our episode that was on YouTube with the Zelina Vega one that you picked out has like over 300 views on YouTube.
Interesting.
382 views for Put Your Mouth on It with Zelina Vega. So if you can find something with titties and Mommy It Burns, might pump up our views on YouTube. So maybe Mandy Rose be the picture. Maybe your Zion Quinn fucking Vince might like guys thing could be the Instagram Christmas present. Mommy It Burns.
I appreciate guys. I can appreciate guys. Doesn't not mean I like guys.
What? See, that's what I thought too, and then so I thought about girls at one point. Look where we are now.
Okay. All right. If you guys really want to unpack this, Katie, do you actually want to actively kiss a girl or actually have any physical interactions with any girl in a sexual way?
Yes. Is that actually a question?
Yes. Okay. Well, I don't.
Now, I don't look at my lips and tell me you don't want to kiss me.
I don't want to kiss you, Matt. You're a great friend, but I don't.
You cannot even say it with.
He's looking. Face, he's not looking you in the eyes.
I'm looking at thumbnails. Oh, wait, hold up. Where the fuck is that picture? I saved it earlier. Hold up. I'm listening to you guys in the chat. Not in the chat.
I've had this like weird nervous energy in my body. Like it was in my legs earlier, and now it's like in my shoulders.
Right.
I don't know what it is, but it's bugging the shit out of me.
I wish I had better seats, because then we could just use a picture that I had on SmackDown.
Okay. None of these have boobs in them, Vince.
That's true.
But they're funny.
Oh, got my eye.
Yo, I still feel bad for Top Dollar. He almost died.
But he didn't. So that's a good thing.
Bro, the crowd was ruthless. He came back out for his match for next week, and the crowd's chanting, "You fucked up." And I'm like, yo, bogus as hell. That man almost concussed himself, and you're all chanting, "He fucked up." That's fucked up.
I mean, that's what crowds do.
That's a little fucked up.
That's what they've been do.
Okay, so you suggested Uncle Howdy, but he has no boobs either.
Well, I suggested Uncle Howdy, and then I suggested boobs because of how well boobs did for us.
Because titties.
Titillating the juices of everyone's guilty pleasures. Got it. don't know. I guess I'll keep looking. I don't want to make it Mandy because I feel like I don't know. Is that tasteful if we put Mandy on the thumbnail?
I mean, I spent the majority of the opening of the show talking about Mandy Rose. So she was a large topic of discussion.
Mm-hmm. True. That's true. I don't know. I kind of want to put Zion Quinn now. I feel like that also fits. It might grab a different demographic, but the thirst is gonna be there. I feel like it's there.
Did she holding a knife? What the fuck? Did you add the knife?
Yes, Katie, I added. No, I did not add the knife.
It just doesn't seem like it belongs. That's why I was asking.
I just typed in Mandy Rose in Twitter and then started saving pictures.
Just now?
Yeah, just now.
I'm still looking at stuff.
It's gonna be weird not doing the show for 2 weeks. It was weird not doing the show last week. Like I feel like it's been a while.
Yeah.
Also, I want to get those Wednesday Night Wallop guys back next year. Like,
oh, you really like them on the show? You got like?
Yeah, we had it. No, that was a good show. It was a fun show. I really like those guys.
They're good. Yeah, they're good people. They're good people. They keep trying to get me on their show, but the schedule's just not aligning because they can only do it while I'm at work, and I'm like, I can't leave my real job. I just can't do that. That's how I pay my bills.
It's generally how work works.
There's a picture of Austin Theory sitting on Michael Cole's lap while he's giddy, smiling, and I love that picture. Why? I couldn't tell you, but I think it's fantastic. I think it's hilarious. I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards Dom. That's the thumbnail. I think that's going to get views for sure.
I don't think Dominic Mysterio is getting us views at all.
1,000% believe.
And I feel like you cannot be serious when you say something like that.
Why not?
Because Dominic Mysterio is not a fucking draw, bro. No, like this is the post show. Kayfabe, cut the bullshit. Dominic Mysterio is not a fucking draw.
Agree to disagree.
No, agree to disagree. He's not. Nobody's tuning into Raw to watch fucking Dom. Nobody's like, man, I really want to watch Dominic Mysterio this week. I'm tuning into Raw.
I do. I want to see what the fuck shenanigans him and Mommy get into every week.
That is not why you're tuning into Raw.
It's one of the only reasons I tune into Raw.
That cannot be true.
I'm 100% being honest with you that's one of the reasons I tune in.
He's not even that good.
I know, but I still like the guy. Sue me.
I will. I'm calling my lawyer.
I was going to say he's doing. First thing in the morning.
The fuck?
See, I'm afraid to search up. Yeah, there he goes. See, I'm afraid to search. I was afraid to search up Mandy Rose and then run into something because I haven't actually looked at anything. Mandy Rose when it came to the leaks. The only thing I knew of Mandy Rose stuff is hearsay and
You're not going to
whatever.
find the leaks.
I literally just searched up Mandy Rose and I found the first thing shows is like Mandy Rose almost flashes her asshole, and it's Mandy Rose putting up a fucking thong on, and I'm like, okay, well, the fuck, I was not.
What are you searching? What are you searching on?
I literally went into the search bar
the real question
and
here.
put Mandy Rose, and this is the first thing that shows up.
The first thing that shows up for me is Off the Top Rope podcast with a picture of Mandy Rose and hashtag Mandy Rose. Then there's Impact interested in bringing in Mandy Rose from somebody. Then there's the She Lead Showcase, the UW Pod, Mandy Rose appreciation post, somebody looking for Mandy Rose nudes, but them not being there. Even if you type in like I went Mandy Rose.
I'm telling look, I'm telling you, I put look. What does it say? Look at my screen. It literally just says Mandy Rose, right? That's all I searched. Yeah. That's the first thing that shows up. And then I get another one.
I don't know what your algorithm's about then, Vince, because that did not come up for me.
Then the first thing that isn't non is like looking for these Mandy Rose nudes, and it's like the Weeknd in like his halftime performance. And then it was like hashtag Mandy Rose, the irony, and it's like the DX telling the girl in the crowd to like flash. And then it's She Lead Showcase.
Hey, look at that. Common denominator. That's me.
And then eventually it's like, Jesus, what the fuck? Why am I running into this? This is why I did not.
Jesus isn't here.
He's here in spirit. He's here in spirit. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. 1,000%. So
it doesn't have to be Mandy Rose. It could be Rhea Ripley. It could be Asuka. It could be Becky Lynch. It could be
Roxanne.
It could be Roxanne Perez. It could be Gigi Dolan and JC Jane. It could be
Xia Li.
Kiana James. Xia Li.
I found one picture of Mandy. It's just her as champion from this past Tuesday. But like was
still champion though, that's true.
Yeah. But with like the pictures, like, geez, you okay?
What?
It sounded like you smacked your mic or something.
No, it's. I wasn't even hitting it beforehand though. It just does that every once in a while. I need a new stand. I actually have one. I'm just lazy.
So I don't know how empty my background's going to be next time we do this show.
That's true.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh yeah, I can already see stuff gone. I just noticed now.
Yeah.
So when is the moving day?
There's not like a moving day. Like I moved some stuff today. I'm probably going to move some stuff tomorrow. Probably move some stuff on Sunday. We still have to get a bathtub, a sink, a new countertop in the kitchen, 2 new windows, a washer and a dryer over there, and put in the dishwasher and paint. So it'll be a slow process, but everything will slowly be moving. There's going to be 1 week next month after we kind of get to the point to where we can just do shit, where I move all the like I take a week off of work, vacation, and just move shit. But
right.
We're not like I still have both houses, so this house isn't up for sale yet, and won't be until we get everything out of it and get this house fixed up and put on the market. So like,
okay,
there's no like day I have to be out.
Well, that's nice though.
Yeah.
Well, I just wasn't sure if there was like a specific day where you're like moving out of your current home and into your new one and like start living in the new one is what I meant.
I think I just answered that question.
No, I was just like, retorting a little bit more.
I know what you were asking. I think I answered the question.
Okay.
Did I?
Yeah.
You did.
It's a very unique situation that I'm in, and I'm fortunate to be in it. So,
Live it up, baby.
you can, Vince, you can make it Dominic Mysterio. I was just telling you to not sit here and try and look me in the face and tell me that seeing Dominic Mysterio as the thumbnail for our episode is going to make more people click on that episode, because it's not true.
Maybe.
Like, if that's the one that you think is the funniest and that's the one you like, thumbnail's completely 100% up to you. But don't sit here and try and tell me that you're going to get as many clicks on Dominic Mysterio as we got on Zelina Vega, because it ain't going to fucking happen.
Well, that was a specific set of circumstances. So
yeah, Travis wasn't around to upload shit, and we found a picture of Zelina's titties and said we should probably just make that the thumbnail.
Yeah. Like a day after the fact, we came up with two that we liked, and then we ended up going with that. So, I mean, it can still be Dom, but like Rhea can be in there. Rhea was in there and still in demand.
Not in the picture you sent me.
No, not that one. But like, I'm trying to find a picture of it. Trying to find the one where they're backstage with the
I really like this bodysuit one that I sent you of Mandy Rose.
Oh, that one.
Like, I know that wasn't from this week, but like, Jesus fucking Christ, girl.
This is the one I had from this. Did I send it already? And I went with that one. I like that one a little bit more just because I think that's the same gear she wore this week, if I'm not mistaken. But then also, like, size-wise, it's perfect for a YouTube-size thumbnail, and I have plenty of real estate anywhere I want to put the title, the logo, and the episode title. And then if I want to like make it for like for the Spotify, I can easily crop into square. If I go with one of the other ones, I'm gonna have to crop that.
So, I don't know why I thought of this or where it came from, but I just found a picture that I really like. I don't know how it would work for you cropping. Oh, that one of Asuka? Yeah, no. Or the one of Mandy?
Both are pictures that I've liked. I'm just like grabbing stuff that I like, and I'm just throwing them in there so it's in all one spot.
I like that picture.
That's funny. So, are they dating or are they?
No, she's engaged. She's engaged to Lee Johnson.
I don't keep up with.
See, that's what I mean. She's beautiful. This new aesthetic. This is her vibe.
How old is she? Isn't she like Roxanne Perez's age?
She's young. She is.
She was like 20. Like she's a
I'll
child.
find out. I'll find out. Child. Yeah, she's 21.
That's a child.
I mean, well, technically an adult.
You called Roxanne Perez a child, even though she's technically an adult.
Yeah, and what about it?
How's that any different than what I just said?
I'm ignoring you. I'm doing work over here.
Are you guys going to miss each other for 2 weeks?
No. No, because he'll just still be in my chat flirting with fucking Will the whole time.
If Will's in the chat, I'm probably going to be in there flirting.
That's all they do. They don't even watch my show. They don't even care. They don't even pay attention. They're just flirting with each other.
I paid attention. I contributed. Towards the end, it was just me and Jesus contributing.
Oh, by the way, Rainbow, Asuka.
Oh, it's also a good one. Oh yeah, wait, what are yours?
I don't know. Pink was Natalia. Was my first because Heart Foundation Pink.
Yeah,
Red, I agreed with Shinsuke. That was my first thought, or Kane. Purple, Undertaker. Shout out to Vince. Great choice. Only choice for purple. Fuck the Dark Order. They're shit.
I explained my reasoning.
And I heard him. But yeah, Undertaker's the only choice. Yellow was Becky Lynch because she was doing that fucking Kill Bill gear for a while.
Oh yeah, that's right, she was.
I thought about that too.
Was blue one of them?
Blue was a color.
Yes.
Sasha.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Hair.
Yeah. Goes by the blueprint. Yeah.
Green. I thought Jade was a good pick. I also thought Shane McMahon just because green's color money.
Mm-hmm.
DX was the first one I thought of.
DX is also a really good choice. Gray would have been NWO because all of their vignettes used to be in black and white, just like you said for Scarlet.
Okay. I don't think you said orange.
Taz.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. That's a sleeper one right there.
I think it's all of them. Yeah. I just thought it was a cool idea.
It was.
Thank you. I really tried my best.
See, I find videos, but not actual pictures of Judgment Day in the backstage area.
Yeah.
Then you watch the video, pause it, screenshot it.
I don't personally like doing it because I feel like the picture quality doesn't come out the best. So I try to find a solid picture.
Sometimes because that was the same issue I had with Julia Hart. I was trying to get her black misting. What's his name?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that bitch. But it's always video. It's not it's a GIF.
Especially with AEW, it's very hard. I remember when I was trying to help out Kyle for Smack Raw, and he was like, "Oh, I need a thumbnail." I would not be watching AEW. I would not be covering the AEW show, but still I'd have to go and find a thumbnail for them. And I'm like, how the fuck do I find the thumbnail? I don't know what the hell happened on the show. I don't know. And then anything that I find that's good, it's everything AEW puts out, bless you, is all video stuff. And I'm just like, the fuck, this all looks bad.
Usually the day after Dynamite or right after the show, their Instagram stories, they have pictures. That's usually where I get mine from. But I just checked and there's nothing about Dynamite on them anymore. So if I would have thought about it, I could have grabbed one, but I didn't. What did that say?
Yeah, because now this one, it's not as clear, like Vince said.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
That's always been my issue with it. Is I like the picture to look as crisp as it can possibly. That's why the Selena Vega one looks so good, because it's a really good solid picture of that. And she had tits out. So imagine if it was blurred out from a video. Not the same effect. I'm gonna keep looking, but
whatever you come up with, I'm good with. I'm gonna go.
Same.
My mom packed up all my normal WWE cups, which kind of pissed me off because I specifically gave her oh, you can pack this stuff up, and then she just packed up whatever the fuck she wanted. So now I'm drinking out of these, and these do not hold as much water, and now I'm thirsty. So,
well, Matt, I do want to go ahead and say it's your mom's doing you a solid by helping you pack some stuff. Granted, she pack stuff you didn't want her to pack, but you know she's still doing you a favor. You know,
you can go ahead and say whatever the fuck you want. You still should not have packed anything outside of what I said was okay to pack.
She's still doing you a favor. Still doing you a solid, Matt.
No. All right. See you guys in 2 weeks.
Later.
See you. Should probably end your live stream too.